Hello dear students, welcome to our channel once again. So for today we are going to talk about the new topic, chapter number 6 of your textbook, and the topic is entitled as the interest and pressure groups. So many people, they used to get confused this interest and pressure groups with the political party, because this group, they usually get involved in politics. So people, they used to get confused with the political party and the pressure groups. So today we are going to learn what are these interest and pressure groups. So the meaning of the pressure group are, they are the organization which seek to influence the elected officials of the government to take action or make a change on a specific issues which benefits them. So that is the meaning of the or of this pressure and the interest groups. Now there are lots of definitions there even in your textbook itself, but here we are just seeing one particular definition from H. Ziegler. So here he says pressure groups seeks to influence the context of the government decision without attempting to replace its member in the formal governmental capacities. Now here what it means is, pressure group and interest group, they are not interested in capturing the power. They don't want to become the ministers or MLAs, but they try to influence those people in making decisions which will benefit their groups, their objectives and aims through these elected members. So that's what it means. Now, what are the nature and characteristics of this interest and pressure groups? Let's see. The first one is they have a limited objective. Pressure groups, they have a very limited objective. They focus on a particular issue. Unlike political party, they who makes policies on different several issues. We will look into that more into that in the coming part of the chapter. But here the first nature and characteristics of the interest group is they have a very limited objective. Like the student union, they fight for only getting the scholarship of the student. That they have only limited objective. They have one particular objective to fight now is to get the scholarship of the students, something like that. I'm just taking an example. The second one is they are determined, their activities, the pressure groups and the interest group, their activities are determined by the nature of government. Now nature of government, we are talking about like a democratic form of government, autocratic form of government, dictatorial regime. Those things, there are different forms of government. So like in democratic government, which ensure more liberty to pressure groups, whereas in autocratic or in dictatorial regime, they enjoy less liberties. So different form of government determines the activities of the pressure groups. The third one is the party system of the country affects the functioning of the pressure groups. Now pressure groups, they can function more independent or in a more powerful manner where there is a multi-party system, because in multi-party system they can take advantage of the different parties that exist in the country, and because of that the government are unstable. So the pressure groups take advantage of this, and then they function more stronger in the multi-party system, where in the country where there is a multi-party system, unlike where there is one party or where there is a fascist fascist form of party system, where the civil liberties of the people are curtailed or restrained, so they are less powerful. So even the third one is the party system affects the functioning of the pressure groups. The fourth one is effects of the economic system. Now the economic system, we are talking about the liberal capitalist and the socialist. Now where there is a liberal capitalist, we can see that there are more powerful individuals or the industrialists or the business groups, big business groups, who become more powerful, and then they try to influence the decision making of the government. Like here in India, there are many big industrialists or business people who really affects the decision of the government, decision making of the government of India, and even the multi-party system. The best example is our country. Now, what are the techniques these pressure groups employ during when they are fighting for their objectives? The first one is they establish a good link with the ministers and the government officials and even the members of the parliament. Now, the interest groups and the pressure groups, they establish the good relationship with this group of people, the ministers, the government officials, and the member of parliaments, so that they can pass the law or pass the bill in according to the wishes of their groups, the pressure groups. They use the service of the clever lawyers and agents to get bill passed in their favor. So the second one and the first point is interlinked. They mold the public opinion by using different publicity measures. They go for like rallies, they go for protest, those things, and then they try to fight for the rights of the people. They build a close relationship with political parties. With the help of the political parties, they can achieve their objectives, so they have to have a good relationship with a close relationship with the political party. The fifth one is they launch a campaign to influence judicial decisions. So these are the different techniques of the pressure groups which they use in order to get their objectives achieved. Now next, we are going to see the distinction or the differences between the political party and the pressure group. What is the difference between the political party and the pressure groups? So the first point is their aims. The aims of the political party is to capture the power, while the pressure groups aim to influence the political decision of the country. The pressure groups, like I've told you earlier, they are not interested in capturing the power, but they are interested in determining or influencing the political decision of the political parties. So their aim, the first is the difference in their aim. The second one is the formulation of policies. Now political parties, they are not focused only in one particular area, but they are focused in different various subjects like this economic, law and order in the country, the foreign policies, development, many things. But pressure groups, they are interest in they take interest in specific policies which used to benefit them, and then because of that their objective is very limited, unlike the political party. So that is the big difference between the political party and the pressure groups. Pressure groups focus on a certain objective, while political party focus on many different policies formulation. The third one is their membership. Now, how is the difference between their membership is a person cannot become a member of a multiple political party. A person can become a member of one political party alone, while he can become a member of multiple pressure groups. Nobody can stop a person from becoming a member of different pressure groups. So that is the difference in their membership. The fourth one is the technique employed. What are the techniques these political parties employ, or what are the techniques these pressure groups employ? So the pressure groups employed, we have discussed already. They make a link with the MPs and lawyers and agents and the government officials, while the political parties, they used to do rallies, public meeting, election campaign, and many other things such as that. So the technique which they employ also bring difference between the two, that is political party and the pressure groups. Now let's see the different pressure groups here in India especially. The first one is the business group, Indian Chamber of Commerce, that was established in 1887. Now this business group and these pressure groups, they usually influence the decision of the government regarding the market policies. They are the one who really controls the market policies in India, in a country. So business group is one of the biggest and the strongest pressure groups that exist. The second one is there is another one, the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, that is with its headquarters at New Delhi. So these are different names of the business groups. So like I've told you, it is one of the strongest pressure groups that exist in the country. All the economic decisions are being influenced by this pressure group. The second one is trade union or the labor union. All Indian Trade Union Congress, AITUC, in 1920, established in 1920. Even this group of people, the laborers or the trade unions, they are one of the biggest one of the strong pressure groups that exist. The third one is India. This is another name for Indian National Trade Union Congress, INTUC, 1948. That was established in 1948. So it also fall under the trade union or the labor union. The third one is the peasants organization. Peasants means the farmers, the farmer organization. All Indian Kisan Sabha, established in 1935. Recently we have witnessed the protest between the farmers and the government. So these organizations, they fight against the government, or they influence the government policy when the things goes wrong. Like I've told you, we have already witnessed the farmer protest in New Delhi last few months back regarding the new farmer policy that was introduced by the government, which was not in favor of the farmers. So these people, they started protesting against the bill which was passed against their organization. So it is also one of the strong organization that exists in our country. Okay, teacher and students group. Like we have many students and teachers union which fight for the rights of the students and the teachers. Even here in our state itself, we have many federations or many student union bodies. Even our local union bodies we have, which fight for the rights of the people, of the students community and the teachers community. So All Indian Student Federation, here is one name to be mentioned, established in 1936, and Student Federation of India. And there are many more even here in our state itself. So we know what they do for us. There are also some pressure groups based on caste, community, languages, and religious group, like our hohos, our tribal hohos, and many other things, which are based on a caste, community, or language speaking group, or the religious group. So this is also one area where the pressure groups are formed, basing on these different things that we have already mentioned in point number 5. Okay, there are some groups that are not actually pressure groups based on caste or community or language or religion group. They are called the welfare societies or the new social movements. Now they engage in promoting certain ideals or principles or humanitarian ideas, and they are not related with any religion or community or class. Some of the few such movements were like a Chipko movement that happened in Uttarakhand. People started hugging the trees because the government started clearing the forests, and people, in order to save the trees from being cut down, they started hugging each and every individual started hugging one tree in showing the protest or their resentment against the government activity in felling down the trees. The second one is like Narmada Bachao Andalan. This movement was to spread to save the river Narmada, which against the building of Sardar Sarovar Dam in the river of Narmada. So people, they started protesting against the government policy of building this big dam against the river Narmada. They were not based on any religion, they were not based on any community, they were not based on any caste, but it was to save the river from the government activity. And also there is a Anna Hazare campaign against the corruption. So these are some few mentioned where we can say that this work for the welfare of the society in general, not for any kind of groups, and they are not focused on any particular society or the community or any religious group. So these are called the welfare societies, and we have also seen new social movement because of them. So this is all for us today. We'll continue more into the pressure groups and interest group, and also some of the constitutional means which have been provided to us regarding our rights to fight for our civil rights or political rights or whatever. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next class.